Overall, the lecture discusses the levels of language usage in English, which emphasize the distinction between formal and informal language. It explains how different situations would require different levels of language and provides examples of each. The first key argument is that people use different levels of language depending on the situation they're facing. For example, a language has two general categories which are formal and informal. Both levels are correct in their appropriate context, and formal language is often used in academic, professional, and formal social contexts. And formal language may appear in textbooks, in business letters, and speeches, in the ceremonies like graduation. For example, you have to use formal language when when you want to write letters to universities, or when you write essays and other school papers. And formal language is also used in classroom lectures, graduation speeches, and conversation with strangers or professionals which you are not familiar with. While informal language is used in personal and casual daily contexts like conversations with your friends, your family, and college. Informal language appears in personal notes, emails, and text messages. And for the how to tell difference from and between these two types, formal language is more polite and often use more words. For example, you might want to say "close the door, please" to your relatives or siblings. But if you want to say it to your teacher, you might say, "Would you like mind closing the door?" which is more formal. And you can use could or would in formal requests to sound more polite. And vocabulary differs between formal and informal language as well. For example, when you like soccer, you must say, I go crazy about soccer. When you say with friend, or when you answer an interview, you must say, I really enjoy soccer. And the line between formal and informal language is not always clear. People are generally less formal today than in the past, but still the awareness of these levels is still useful for different situations. Non-native speakers can learn the difference by observing. For example, observe how TV news reporters, professors, and doctors use language, and then compare this to the language used by the classmates, teammates, family, or friends. In conclusion, understanding the distinction between formal and informal language helps in using English appropriately in different contexts. Observing and interacting with native speakers aids in learning more about the differences over time.